Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Albert Valentine, and if it's your first time stopping by, welcome. So today I'm having another client transformation video. So I'm starting off first with my face serum, and this face serum is from Roshin Skin Face Serum. Like, it's one of my go-to face serum. I'm applying it all over the face using with my hand. So right now I'm using my Mehron Skin Prep Primer, and I'm using this primer to, like, apply it all over the pores areas to avoid sweat and other stuff. I'm moving over to my TM Essentials mattifying primer, and this primer is so freaking bomb. Like, it makes those plays mattified. When I mean mattified, I mean my T-zone area. And now moving over to my Maribadesque spray. So I use those three shades of foundation: Sheila Beauty, Zikel. So I'm mixing those three shades to get her perfect shade. Like, I basically love mixing foundation. Like, it gives me that, mixing different brands. I it's working for me, so that's why I love it. And you can see I'm blending out my brush actually, before I move over to my beauty blender, and as you can see, it's giving me what I want. So moving over to the next, I'm using my CPD cream blush palette. It's actually a lip palette, but I just converted into a blush palette. So I'm using it as my blush and blending it out with my beauty blender. And guys, like, I normally love have you, like, just try using a lipstick as a blush to just try it out, and you will see it's easy to blend, and it gives you the color, the pigment you're looking for, and everything is given. So moving over to the next, I'm using my Avour concealer. I don't really know the shade this is, but I'm using this particular shade. It's a bit dark shade, like 2 shades darker than her skin tone. Like I always say, I'm using it to contour her skin, and just watch how I apply them. I applied it basically the hairline, the hollows of her cheekbones, and the bridges, not really bridges of the nose, like, yeah, okay, let's just say, yeah, behind the nose, yeah. So now I'm contouring the nose. Just watch how I apply it. Then right now I'm blending it out using my beauty blender, and guys, please blend to avoid harsh lines and stuff. So moving over to the next, I'm using my concealer. I'm using this concealer from Nuban Beauty, Avour, and Derma Essential Oil Free Concealer. So I'm mixing these 3 shades. I'm using the lighter shade for the inner corner, and the Nuban Beauty for her main highlight shade, and the Avour for her outer corner, like outer part of the highlight. But the Derma Essential, which is the lightest shade, I'm using it for the inner corner of the highlight. I don't know if you understand. So right now I'm blending it out using my beauty blender, and I asked her to move her jaws small so as to help me in blending. And please guys, blend this gently, otherwise to avoid patching. So now I'm using my Sheila Beauty powder palette, and this powder palette is freaking bomb. Like, I love it. Like, it works for me, guys. I would recommend this for you upcoming makeup artists, professional makeup artists. Try out this brand. Like, it is so bomb, I must say. I use that lightest shade you see me use for the place I highlighted. Then right now I'm contouring, and I'm using a bit darker shade from the same powder palette to contour her face. So right now I'm dusting off the rest of her face, using her main powder shade, Moving over to the next, I'm enhancing my contour, my nose contour, and using the same powder palette to do this. So moving over to the next, I'm using my RCMA no color setting powder, and this setting powder is freaking gorgeous. Like, I'm using it to do a reverse contour, and also a medium for me to use and bake and catch fallouts, stuff like that. So just watch how I do it, and you will learn. Like, I love this setting powder. So moving over to the next, I'm using my brow wax. Like I told you guys, I'm using the one in an ash light container. When I mean brow wax, I mean brow what is it called again? Edge control. The one in an ash container. Sorry. So I recommend that for beginners. Anybody actually can use it. So I'm just using to put the brow to put the hairs that, because she has a beautiful hair. I'm using to put it in place, with my spoolie and others. So moving over to the next, I'm outlining my brows in my Davis number 18 eye pencil, and I'm having myself sharpen it. Like I always work with a point like it has to be pointed. Like if you are to pierce it on your skin, it will pierce through your skin. Like that's how your pencil is supposed to be when you're outlining your brows. I'm concealing right now. I'm using my flat angled brush and my concealer. It's Derma Essential Oil Free Concealer. I'm using that lightest shade you see me use when I was highlighting her face. I'm using it to conceal her brows. Like using it the lightest shade for the brow bone area, and the Avour concealer that I use to highlight her face for the inner and outer corner of her brows. Like basically those concealers I use in highlighting, I'm also using it to conceal the brow, like to give it a defined shape. Then I'm using her foundation color for the upper part of the brows. Guys, I repeat, if you use a very light concealer for this, when you're blending it, it will not blend. You will end up having hello brows, and we wouldn't want that. So are you seeing the way the brows are looking? Like I've concealed the down part and the upper part, and it's looking so beautiful. Like it's looking so natural, not much going on. It's fine. Like, so I'm applying the same method to the next one. And I always tell you guys this: brows are sisters, not twins. I always make sure I have it at the back of my mind, because I always like to do the most, like to make it look perfect. Though you have to make it look perfect, but just know that brows are sisters, not twins. So do you see how I'm blending it out? Like I use that foundation color and I'm blending it out, and you see it's blending very well. So I'm using my concealer, Avour concealer, as an eyeshadow base. I didn't want to use benign clown whites. I'm just using my concealer. I'm just kind of like improvising. So I'm laying it out all over the eyes, and to be able to, just as a base. That's to say. Moving over to the next, I'm applying that a bit pink, reddish pink. Let me just say it's a pink shade actually, but it's kind of like look as if it's kind of like a red shade here in camera, but it was actually a pink color I applied. So I'm blending it out all over the eyes, like not too much going on. I didn't want to do a dramatic look. So right now I'm blending out the brow bone area, the place I use the concealer to highlight the brows. So I'm using a bit lighter shade of color from the eyeshadow palette to set the concealers. So I forgot to mention I applied glitter glue before using these glitters, and these glitters are from Avour Cosmetics on Instagram. I got them in the market actually, so I'm using it, and it's so bomb. Like a friend of mine recommended it to me, so I started to try it out, and from then I started using Avour pigments. I started using their foundation, their concealers, because it is so bomb. Like, are you seeing the way it took the look to another level? Like I said, there is not much going on. I'm just doing a simple look, not a dramatic look, and I'm dusting off the excess setting powder. Then right now I'm using my Zaron eyeliner. Like I'm using it with my small angled brush. I'm using it to like apply the Zaron eyeliner, and this liner is so bomb. Like Zaron brands, like their products are so qualitative. Like it's expensive, yes, but it will give you what you're looking for. I recommend that for upcoming makeup artists like Zion, Sheila, Avour, Zikel. Like there are lots of I think Nigerian brands that are doing very well, and Zion, no, Zion is, I think, is an American brand, but it's given, but please guys, do this gently. Like, take your time, take your time. I like me, I like to do the most, so that's why I would want to take my time. And as you see, so now I'm applying the liner in the inner corner of her eye, like, give it that cat eye look, yeah. So right now I'm using my Avour lippie, and I'm using that beet brown shade to outline the lip. Like, I just wanted to do a full lippie, not giving it any shape, but just a full lip I'm doing. I forgot to mention the lashes I used are from Wink Lash on Instagram. Like, that lash, I've forgotten the name of but this particular set I picked up from the lash tray, but it's so bomb. And over to the lips, I'm using my concealer. Like, I didn't like the white benign clown what I applied, so I had to use my concealer to like cover it up. And I asked the person to smack her lips so as to blend it out for me easily. So over to the next, I'm kind of like applying my blush, and I'm using this blush from my my cheek eyeshadow palette. It's so bomb. I decided to try out this Flawless IV setting spray to see how it looks like. I got it new, so I was recommended by a friend to get it, so I decided to try it, and it's good anyway. It's fine, it's good. So I'm moving over to my Zion mascara. Like, this is my best mascara. It's a volumizing and also a lengthening mascara. I'm using it I'm applying it under the lashes, like under her lash. And I forgot to tell you guys that the bronzer I use is from Sheila Cosmetics. I use that shade Cinnamon to as a bronzer, and this is the finished look, guys. Like, she is looking super beautiful. She was my muse for today. Like, I used her as a model. We had a